Those I missed out, I can watch the recording. Awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is what's up, Kelsey? Okay, I see you. Let's go. Got my lady bosses showing up. All right. Welcome. Today is July 30th, 2024. It is Tuesday. It's the beginning of the week. And we're gonna go and get started here. I'm going to share my screen about into the August, which is huge. We have on the Fed rate tomorrow. We got the Fed rate tomorrow, which is a very important event for everybody because it's going to determine the interest rate. They're also predicting that they're going to cut down the rate. The goal is a 2%, right? The goal is 2%. And let's check out Forex Factory here. As always, we start off with news. ForexFactory.com is where I check out the news, all the news events. So make sure you guys go to ForexFactory.com to check out on any upcoming news events. As you guys can see, this morning we have some orange and red folders, S&P, and then we have consumer confidence, and then job openings, which is a very important event in less than an hour. So in 45 minutes, we have job openings. So be careful trading around this time. I would recommend, especially for beginners, to trade after news because that way you guys can determine where the price is heading. So I highly recommend you guys wait until after news to trade, and not during. Just see how price reacts as soon as news pop up within an hour, less than an hour. So like at 7 o'clock Arizona time, at the top of the hour, you're gonna see price reacting. So wait until after to trade. Which I highly recommend. So and then tomorrow we have ADP non-farm employment. We have Chicago PMI. We also have the Fed funds rate, which everybody's anticipating and waiting on. So the federal funds rate, they still at 5.5. They paused it. It's been a year since it's been around the same percentage. They're predicting that, it's going to cut down. They're saying this upcoming September, they're going to cut down the rate by, I believe it's 0.25 basis points, 0.25 basis points. So that's what they're predicting. There's also another resource you guys can check out. It's called the CME. I show you the website here, which is another way to predict. It's a Fed Watch tool, CMEgroup.com. CMEgroup.com is where they're going to announce the upcoming, numbers, predictions of where they're going to be, where the interest rate is going to end up. So CMEgroup.com, as you guys can see here, the target rate probabilities for July 31st, which is tomorrow. 95.9% of people are saying that it's going to be between 525, 540, 525, 550 basis points. And then 4% of people are saying it's going to be 500, 525. So it may cut down, it may remain the same. But September 18th, which is the next Fed rate, following after this one, 89.6 are saying that it's going to cut down by 0.25 basis points. So in September, we are going to see a difference, right? And the interest rate. So September, they're going to cut it down. Okay. So tomorrow they may pause it. It may remain the same. But September, they're going to cut it down. Starting September, they're going to cut down interest rate. So that's good news. Obviously the goal is 2%. 10% of people are saying it's 475, 500 basis points. And then November, we have 57% of people are saying it's going to be between 475, 500 basis points. 36% are saying 500, 525. So, but yeah, guys, you guys can check out this website. You guys can use this as a resource to check out the probabilities of where the percentage is going to be of interest rate, where it's going to be. I'm going to copy this and put it here in the chat for you guys. So that way you guys can have it. Let me see here. Boom. There it goes. Awesome. So why is this important? Okay, why is this important to know? Because remember, guys, news affects the way price moves. So you guys can use news as an advantage. This is all part of fundamental analysis. Okay, fundamental analysis is where you check out news and see, what's going on in the economy, what's going on in the world, and what's going on with the US dollar, other currencies, right? Since we focus on gold, I focus on gold. I focus on the US dollar, right? The currency of the US dollar. And also the US dollar is the most dominant dollar in the world right now. So you guys want to focus on the US dollar regardless. Okay, because you live in the US, so you want to focus on the currency, right? You want to focus on the USD. And it's very important to know. Now, they, release the numbers here, and I wouldn't worry about every single event, every single news. I like to focus on red and orange folders. So looking at these red folders indicate high impact, okay? Orange folders indicate mild impact. Yellow folders indicate low impact, and so forth. But I would only focus on orange and red folders. Orange is, mild impact, and it can also affect the price, the way, the volatility of price, the way it moves. But I really want to see red folders here, right? Red folders indicate high impact. So it also affects, the volatility of the market. Now, for example, job openings, okay? At the top of the hour, we have job openings. What does job openings mean? Right? You guys can check out the folders here. You guys can click on the folder to read more details. And job openings indicate, it measures the number of job openings during the reported month, excluding the farming industry. So it tells you here what each events indicate. What does it mean? Okay, and it gives you the numbers here. It gives you the previous numbers of the previous month. The forecast is, the number that they're predicting is what they're predicting, and then the actual numbers are actually, the actual numbers once it's released. So, for example, the previous number for the job openings for the month of what was it? Yeah, July 2nd, it is 8.14 million jobs were created the reported month, excluding the the farming industry, right? So they created about 8.14 million jobs, okay, which is really good. It went from 7.92 to 8.14. So an increase in jobs, which is good for the economy, right? So that probably shot the dollar up, and then that shot gold down. So news is just the excuse. So you want to do the opposite what the news are telling. So if the news are giving you positive news, right? It's going to be good for the dollar. The dollar's going to shoot up, but gold is going to do the opposite. It's going to shoot down. Okay. So you want to do the opposite what the news are telling you. I know it may be confusing in the beginning, but that's how it works. News is the excuse. So you want to do the opposite of what the masses are telling you. So the news are telling you, okay, it's good, but it's actually going to be the opposite on gold, right? Gold is going to shoot down, and then the dollar is going to shoot up. So you guys can use this as a confluence, right? As an additional confluence to see, okay, where price is heading. Does that make sense? So you guys can use that as an advantage. So when news is negative, right? When news is negative, is actually positive on gold. Okay, it's just the opposite. So when news are telling you, okay, it's bad, we're getting bad numbers. For example, the Fed funds rate, if they pause it, then it's going to be, uh, it's going to be what's it called? It's going to be positive on the gold, right? It's going to be positive on gold. It's going to be negative on the dollar because they paused the interest rate. Okay, it's still the same. So we may see gold shooting up tomorrow. Okay, which is good for us, but it's negative on the dollar. Okay, so it's when they release the numbers tomorrow and it remains the same at 5.5, okay, that's negative news, right? But it's actually gonna be good for all the assets. Okay, so you want to do the opposite what the news are telling you. Okay, same thing with unemployment claims on Thursday. Every Thursday we have unemployment claims, which is also important. Unemployment claims is the number of individuals who filed for unemployment insurance for the first time during the past week. So every week on a weekly basis, they'll announce the unemployment claims. So this is a news event you guys can study and backtest every week, unemployment claims, because it releases every Thursday. So last week we actually had positive news, okay, on the dollar, which caused gold to drop. Now we are on a downtrend right now, but overall, when you look at the daily, that weekly, the monthly, gold is on an uptrend. But on the macro scale, when you go to the lower time frames, gold is on the downtrend, right? But overall, gold is shooting up. It's going to go to 2,500. Now, I've been calling out for months. Gold is going to go to 2,500. It's going to create a new all-time high. We just hit all-time high, earlier this month, a new all-time high. Okay, so that's good. Even though we see a retracement, okay, we're on a temporary retracement, which is normal because that happens to any pair. We're going to experience, cycles of retracement. We're going to experience these downtrends, which is normal. Price is always going to fluctuate. But when you look at the higher time frame, we're on an uptrend. Okay. So don't be like, scared, or, don't be like panicking when gold is dropping, when all these pairs are dropping, because it's just temporary. Okay. That's why you guys want to study the news. You guys want to back test and, do your fundamental analysis and technical analysis to determine, okay, I see, where price is going in the long term. Okay, so when it comes down to the skill, you gotta have that long-term mentality. All right. So, but definitely studying back testing has really helped me throughout my journey, to really gain that confidence and that belief level whenever I'm entering the markets. So drop a 1-1 if you guys understand, so far we're on the same page. But you guys can go to forexfactory.com. You guys can, focus on a couple of events. You guys can focus on unemployment claims, right? Unemployment claims happens every Thursday. So you guys can come on here, forexfactory.com, click on the folder, read more about, the details of unemployment claims. It also gives you other sources and other websites for you to check out, and then study the numbers, right? It gives you the dates here. You guys can focus on the dates. Go check out the dates, and then go to your chart, and then go back to that date and see what happened on that day. Okay, when they announced this news. All right, you guys can back this. Okay, gold shot up at this. Gold shot up, on this date. Okay, I know what's gonna happen in the future, because you guys can use what happened in the past to determine what's gonna happen in the future, because that's the only information that we know. All right, so as you guys can see, gold is shooting up right now, right? It's breaking above my internal structure. So, but I do see gold dropping and continuing to the downside, because overall we do see, when you look at the 1 hour, the 30 minute, 15 minute, we saw on a downtrend. But I do see gold dropping and creating, lower highs or lows before the move to the upside. But for example, like, we can't determine what's going to happen based off, in order to determine what's going to happen in the future, to get that prediction, we first got to see what's happening in the past, right? They say you got to look left to be right. You got to look left to be right. It's true. You got to look left. You got to look at what happened in the past to determine, okay, to give you an idea of what's going to happen in the future, because this is all the information that we have. We can't like just, back test by, just having this type of information right? There's nothing going on here, right? We can't just be guessing what's going to happen in the future by just, focusing on what's in front of us. We got to look what happened in the past. History repeats itself, okay? Sometimes, okay? Because every trade, every outcome is independent from one another, right? It's all about probability. So every trade you enter, every buy, every sell, every order you enter, it's going to be independent from one another. Does that make sense? Just because you have a series of wins doesn't necessarily mean that the next trade you're going to take is going to be a win. It's not guaranteed. All right. So you guys want to keep in mind of that. Okay. So for my traders, especially for my beginners, because I wish I knew about this information when I first started. Because when I first started in the beginning, I was treating this as gambling, right? As luck, right? Everything based off chance. Like I hope it's gonna go my way. I hope it's gonna, hit my take profit. I hope, and I had this I hope mentality, which caused me to lose more. Okay, because I was treating it like gambling. But this is not gambling. This is actually a profession. So treat it as such. All right. So treat it as such. All right. For those that have any questions, feel free to drop in the chat as well. If you guys have any questions, anything you guys want me to go over. But let's go and do our technicals here. Now that we talked about news, I like to start off with news on every single call. And then also Friday, we also have unemployment rate, which is also important. We also have NFP, which is non-farm employment. So it's going to be back-to-back events, back-to-back big events. So let's go ahead and do our chart work here. So lo que estaba diciendo es que ahorita comienzo con las noticias. Siempre quieres mirar lo que está pasando porque las noticias puede causar el precio de mover, de mucho movimiento en el precio. Y esta semana tenemos eventos, en martes a viernes tenemos eventos importantes. Como hoy, en esta mañana, tenemos un evento en la hora, a las 7 de la mañana. Y 7 de la mañana Arizona time. So, y mañana tenemos un evento muy importante que se llama Federal Funds Rate, right? Que te van a decir los números del interest rate, okay? So están proyectando que va a quedar el mismo porcentaje. Y también tenemos unemployment claims que pasa cada jueves. Y viernes tenemos también eventos importantes, okay? So, estos eventos pueden causar precio de mover mucho. Como ahorita está subiendo arriba de mi zona de 15 minutos y podemos mirar el precio subiendo, después puede bajar otra vez y puede continuar hasta abajo porque ahorita el precio está bajando temporal, pero cuando miras el 4 horas y el día, right, el precio está subiendo. Okay. So queremos mirar que el precio sube, sí, pero ahorita estoy mirando que el precio va a bajar un poco antes que sube más arriba. Okay. So right now, guys, is breaking above my internal structure. Okay, every whole number, it's a key level, and this is for gold. Okay, so for my gold traders, we focus on these key levels. Okay, we actually had news 6 a.m. I'm going to refresh this. We have news coming up in less than an hour. We just had New York Open, so this is why gold is shooting up because it's New York Open right now, and it's liquidating. we had a consolidation here, a short-term consolidation, and then gold is shooting up, liquidating. Is going towards liquidity here. We could see gold coming to my hourly zone around 2,400. It could drop. So key level to key level mean that every whole number, right? Every $5 is a key level. Every $5. So 23.90, 23.95, 2,400, 2,405, and so forth is key level. And what I do, I take my horizontal line and I mark it there. For example, here it's breaking above my 23.95 key level, okay? And it's reacting around that price here. As you guys can see, it's giving me a wick. Whenever you guys see wicks, is basically liquidity. Liquidity means money. So it's liquidating here. It's reacting around my key level there, 395, because we also have some activity going on here. Okay, that's why it's reacting, because we have some activity here, which is money. Is liquidating, taking all those sellers, taking all those stop losses. We have all the stop losses that were set up here. Okay, now it's being taken out, close out. That's what's happening right now. It could potentially push even further up. My hourly zone, 2,400, is a whole number. It's a very strong zone. It could react here and drop. So I'm gonna wait until it hits that area. It broke above my internal zone, 2390. We could see a pullback before the continuation to the upside. Every time there's a break of structure, break and retest. You guys want to wait for the retest, break and retest, which is a universal concept. Every time there's a break of structure, break. You guys can see here, it broke above my zone. And every time there's a break of structure, wait for the retest. Wait for the retest before the move up. Check out Impulse here. I like to use Impulse for additional confirmations as well. And then what I love about Impulse is that why I love it and why it's so good, because it gives me price direction. It gives me the overall momentum of price. You learn how to trade with the trend. Let me go load up my chart here. So looking at the 1 hour is giving me a red microtrend arrow, 30 minutes. But the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 4 hour, and daily is giving me a blue microtrend arrow. You could see a big push to the upside. We may see a break of structure above 2,400. If price closes above 2,400, then I'm in buy mode. But if it remains below 2,400, then I'm in sell mode. It all depends if I get a confirmation candle to the upside, or if it reacts at my resistance, it may shoot down. So looking at the 15-minute prices above my primary EMA, I do have my blue market trend arrow there. Boom, right here. It's breaking above my zone there. We could see a pullback back to my zone at around 23.90. Wait for the confirmation candle to give you bullish candle before taking a buy here. I like to take my trades based off the 5-minute. So looking at the 5-minute, price is above my primary EMA, which is the exponential moving average. The EMA takes the average of about 50 candles and gives you where price, the average direction of price or where it's heading. So as you guys can see here at the 5-minute, it's above my EMA, it's going to the upside. I have my secondary EMA, which is these lines in between, my blue over red, that indicates buying signs. And then I have my price, above my, my upper Bollinger Band here. You could see a breakout structure here above 2400. The price has to shoot up, has to break above my structure before I look at my buyers. You guys want to wait for that breakout structure above my 2400. Break and close, and then retest. And then wait for the buy bullish candle before you take a buy. But if it gives you a red candle here, then obviously it's going to continue down. And it also depends the numbers of what they're going to give me. So if it comes out positive news, then it's going to be negative on gold, right? We're going to see a sell on gold if news comes out positive. Remember, guys, we're going to do the opposite of what the news are telling you. So if the news comes out positive, okay, it's negative on gold. I'm going to look for sells. I'm going to look for sells in this case, right? But if news comes out negative, then it's going to be positive on gold. Then we're going to look for buys on gold. So that's why it's so important to learn about news, because you can also use that as additional confluence. What does confluence mean? Confluence, because I'm a confluence trader, right? We're all confluence traders. We're going to gather as much evidence, as much confirmations before we take on a trade, before we execute a trade. It's like a doctor, right? The doctor want to gather as much evidence. They got to do X-rays. They got to do MRIs. They got handle paperwork, ask questions before they perform surgery. Does that make sense? So us like traders, right? We also need evidence. We also need additional confirmation before we execute the markets. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna wait till the top of the hour to look for any positions, because market can do whatever it wants to do. So remember, guys, news comes out positive is negative on gold. So we're gonna be looking for sells. But if news comes out negative, right, it's gonna be negative on a dollar. It's gonna be bearish on a dollar and bullish on gold. So if this comes out, they're predicting 8.02. So it's gonna actually drop from 8.14 to 8.02. That's what they're forecasting. All right, so it may comes out, maybe it'll come out negative on the dollar. Maybe you'll see some negative news here. So we're gonna see buys on gold because they're forecasting 8.02, right? It went from 8.14 to 8.02. So that's what they're forecasting. So if the actual number comes out 8.02, okay, it's gonna be bullish on the dollar. I'm not sorry, bullish on gold and bearish on the dollar. So we could see like a wick before the move up. Because whenever there's news, you're gonna expect liquidity sweep. You're gonna expect some liquidity sweep. So don't become liquidity. Not become liquidity, right? Do not be a cheap. Okay. Do not be like the average retail trader, right? When you see a wick down, oh, I'm gonna look for sales because it's dropping down, and then you get faked out and then goes the opposite way. So don't be a sheep. Like the animal. Let me actually take my sheep here. Let's see, where is it? Right here. You guys see this? Do not be a sheep. Okay. I just want to make sure you guys see this. You guys see this? Right. These are this liquidity. Okay. Makes it smaller. So we have some liquidity here from all the buyers. You want to observe the masses and do the opposite. Okay. So you want to observe the masses and do the opposite. You want to, take advantage of, okay, price is shooting down right now. It's probably going to retest. But when these hit, we may see a liquidity sweep. We may see a quick wick before the buy up. And then maybe see a break of structure. Boom. To the upside. So, pues, ahorita estoy esperando a las noticias a las 7. I'm in Arizona time. So it's 6:48 right now, which is 8:48 Central, 9:48 Eastern. I'm going to wait till the top of the hour. Tenemos noticias a las 7. Estoy esperando porque aquí tenemos job openings. Ok, si noticias sale negativo, va a ser positivo con el oro. Solo vamos a mirar para compras. Pero si noticias sale positivo, va a ser positivo al dólar, pero negativo al oro. So hace lo contrario. Ok, so si sale positivo, va a ser negativo al oro. So el oro va a bajar y vamos a mirar a las ventas. Por eso que estoy esperando ahorita, podemos a mirar, porque están diciendo aquí que el forecast, que es el que están diciendo que va a pasar en el futuro, los números va a bajar, se va a ser negativo, a lo mejor va a ser negativo al dólar, pero va a ser positivo en el oro, so vamos a mirar compras. So we could see a buy here at the retest. But let's wait for a confirmation candle as well. When we see a bullish candle, you guys want to study these candlestick patterns, guys. Get the book, The Candlestick Trading Bible, and study these candles because it gives you a lot of information, a lot more data to determine your entry. And for a reversal pattern, Candlestick Trading Bible. Change the game for me. You could see a wick before the buy up. So let's see. 4-hour time frame, daily time frames still giving me a blue market trend arrow. Let's look at the 1 hour real quick. The 1 hour is right. It reacted right on my EMA there. Look at that. Boom. See it push up. But if it goes below, then we're gonna see if it remains below my 2390, 2400 area, then it's sell mode. But if it breaks above 2400, then I'm in buy mode because it's gonna be, by the time it's gonna be above my primary EMA, and then it's gonna go from red to blue on the 1 hour. So it's gonna be buys from there. But if it remains below 2400, 2390, then I'm looking for sales. We have some activity going on here. This is a strong resistance. We could see the same move happening here, just like how it happened here. These buys. Potentially see the same thing here. See price reacted here as well. Give me this bullish candle, broke above my structure, reacted at the EMA and this hourly, resistance, this hourly structure, and it dropped back down. We could see the potential move happening here as well. So we could see a big push up before the drop back down again. If we get a bearish candle, like it is here, then that's a confirmation for the sell. So that's why it's so important to look at the bigger picture. By going at the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the higher time frames, you guys want to look at the bigger picture, not just focus on the small time frame, like a minute, 5 minute, 15 minute. You guys want to look at the overall picture. We have about 5 minutes. About 5 minutes to use. fact patterns. That'll be a perfect setup for news. We could see, like I said, we could see a liquidity sweep, see a wick down before the buy, and then can wick again here, and then for a sell. So let's wait here. $30 minutes, give me a bearish candle there. We have liquidity here. This is money. They just liquidated these sellers here. Now we could also, we have some liquidity up here as well. This is liquidity, this is money that was left on the table. We can see it push up going towards that liquidity. And we also have money here where the cheapest, because this is an imbalance right here. This right here is an imbalance. This impulsive candle here is an imbalance, so it may come to fill the imbalance before the move up. What is imbalance? So go to Mike Navarrete. He talks about liquidity. He talks about imbalances on his Go Live. Go to his Smart Money bootcamp sessions on the Go Live, his favorite sessions. That's where I get. That's where you learn more about liquidity. Imbalances, institutional candles, and so forth. So you guys want to learn more about that? I highly recommend you guys check out Mike Navarrete on Go Live. To learn about Impulse, check out Dr. Joshi and Brandon Boyd. To learn about this scanner right here, how to read the scanner, check out Dr. Joshi and Brandon Boyd, their favorite sessions. I study Evan Cabral, Dr. Joshi and Brandon Boyd, and Mike Navarrete. Those are my 3 educators. Well, technically 4 because Dr. Joshi and Brandon Boyd are together. But those are the educators I watch, right? Dr. Joshi, Brandon Boyd, Evan Cabral, Mike Navarrete for psychology and smart money concepts, right? And I've been able to, from years and years of experience, learn from all of them and then just compress it in this ASEP confirmation cycle that I've been able to create. So I basically took ORS and I applied it here on Impulse, which is like the zones, the key levels, right? Alongside with the confirmations that Impulse have. And this is like for gold. So we have these coming up in 3 minutes. Let's see how she reacts. So Mike Navarrete for psychology and smart money concepts. Evan Cabral to learn how to trade gold and learn about market structure, breakup structure, and key levels, technical analysis. And then Dr. Joshi and Brandon Boyd to learn about Impulse, the Impulse scanner itself. You guys can break it down like that. So I basically took ORS and I applied it here on Impulse. ORS is basically, zones, key levels, breakup structure, retests. That's basically what ORS is. Why I use Impulse a lot is because it gives me additional confirmation like the strength arrow, the trend arrow, micro trend arrows, micro pivot lines. It comes in handy. ORS is dope because they send out trade ideas as well, which is pretty cool. So let's see. I'll go to my 15-minute, 5-minute. So we got that retest there. Barely touched my zone. We have less than a minute till news. So just wait, guys. Just be patient here. This is where patience comes in, and this is where discipline comes in. All right. Not over leverage. Do not, feel like you're having FOMO. Like for those that, are hesitant to train news, just wait. Just observe, see how it reacts. I I typically don't trade during news. Um, when I first started, I usually just observe and see how price reacts. And the more I train my eyes to look at news to see how price reacts, the more I'm able to like, okay, this is what's gonna happen. It really, I've been able to gain that confidence, when trading news because there's always gonna be a liquidity sweep. You might chart it here. You guys can see there. Wait for the bullish candle. If it maintains above 2390, and it gives me a bullish candle, so it may continue up. Wait for the bullish candle, guys. For my buyers, just be patient here because it may continue down. Let me actually check out the numbers here. See if it came out positive or negative. Boom. So it came out to 8.18. So that's positive on the dollar. It's negative on gold. So we could see a push down on gold. You can see a push down, guys, because news came out positive, which is negative on the gold. So we could see a push down here. That's why it's giving me a bearish candle, because news came out positive. Came out positive on a dollar. You can see a continuation to the downside. Wait for the next bearish candle for it to, at the 5-minute. So la noticia salió negativo, positivo. So va a ser venta con el oro. Wait for the next bearish candle. Or wait for that retest. That's an impulsive candle there. Boom. Just wait for that. It may come up. I'm gonna refresh impulse here. Is breaking below my 2390 structure. Wait for that retest. News came out positive on the dollar, which is negative on gold. Still giving me a blue market trend arrow. This could be a liquidity sweep here. It gives me a bullish candle. And it may continue up. But if it gives me bearish, then it may continue down. the 5 minute. So when you go to forexfactory.com, look at the numbers here. The actual number came out to 8.18. The forecast 8.02. Previous number was 8.14. So it came out higher than expected. So news is actually positive on the dollar. That's why you see gold pushing down. Because you gotta do the opposite of what the news are telling you. So the news are telling you positive, it's gonna be the opposite on the dollar, on gold. So you guys can see there, it's giving me a bullish candle. It closed within my zone there. The candle closed within my zone. So we could see a buy here. I do want to see another bullish candle here. This is Oris. Oris is actually Oris Impulse. It's giving me a micro pivot line there. This micro pivot line here, you guys can use as a counter trend line for break of structure for the continuation to the upside. I still have my blue micro trend arrow there, so we could see a push up. You could see a push up there. I do want to wait for my confirmation candle, for a bullish confirmation candle before I take any buys here. This could be a 3 inside up, which is a confirmation pattern for a buy reversal. A confirmation pattern, whenever you see a bearish candle, like whenever you guys see a bearish candle followed by a bullish candle and then another bullish candle here, then that's a buy confirmation. So I'm gonna wait for the next 5 minute candle before I take my buy. This could be a total of 100 pips. I'm going to take it up to 2400. Stop loss 50 pips. 2385. So 1 to 2 risk reward. Yeah, it's retesting there for 1 hour. I'm still getting blue trend arrow, blue strength arrow at the 5 minute, also 15 minute. Liquidity here. You guys see this wick here because they wiped out this liquidity, this cheaps. But if it gives me bearish here, then this buy is invalid. Could continue down. Let's wait. Let's be patient. Let's see if it finishes off as a bullish candle or bearish. $15-minute. So bearish candle. I'll wait for the next 15-minute candle. At the 15 mark. 15-minute mark. Let's see if it's gonna maintain my zone there. 2390 area. It's still within my zone there. It still hasn't fully closed below my zone. It's still within my zone. You guys see there? Close within my zone there. This is the like a doji candle. See how it closed within my zone? It's looking it's looking like it wants to break below. But if it maintains within my zone or above 2390, you could see a push up. I'm going to wait for the next 15-minute candle. The next 15-minute candle could result a bullish candle. So we still have 4 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. Let's see if it's going to close below. It's looking like it's breaking. But you see those wicks? Yeah, you want to pay attention to these wicks, man. When you see wicks like this is all liquidity. See? It's all liquidity. So whenever you see a wick with a small body candle, that's a potential reversal. When you see these long wicks with a small body, that's a potential reversal. This is like a doji candle. This could be a, what's it called? A morning star. This could be a morning star. I'm gonna wait for the 15-minute mark. Every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, every 45 minutes, every hour, price tends to react. So we're about to hit the 15-minute mark. We could see a potential buy move here. We have about 2 minutes. I'm gonna wait for the next candle to come out bullish before I take my buy. So this is a potential buy here on gold. This is it gave me a confirmation pattern there. We could see a buy here, guys. Trade at your own risk. The next candle comes out bullish. Do not hesitate to enter the buy. 50 pips stop loss, 23.85. You see a push up. I have my micro pivot line there. See a break of structure to the upside. I'm still getting that blue trend arrow, blue strength arrow. TP1 can be 23.95, TP2 2400. For those that want to risk 1, 2, 3, 2405 can be TP3. I do see it pushing up though. So guys, get ready for this buy. For my beginners, make sure you guys are using demo. The first starting off, use demo. For my live traders, make sure you guys are using proper risk. Do not over leverage. 10, 9 seconds left. Be patient here. Good for the buy, guys. I just entered the buy there. I maintain my zone there. I just entered the buy. Make sure you guys are using stop loss. 23.85. TP1 23.95. TP2 2400. Don't be afraid of pullbacks. That's normal. As long as you guys are using a stop loss, you guys are still winning. Just remember that. Because you're following the rules. Not be afraid of pullbacks. You're going to expect a pullback. It's retesting my zone there. See these wicks here. This is all liquidity. Here, here, here. They want to see this push up. Now it's a waiting game. Just be patient, guys. Don't be afraid of pullbacks. As long as you guys have a stop loss, you're good. So esta compra es activo. Podemos a mirar una compra aquí. Drop this in the chat for everybody. For those that want to risk 1, 2, 3, you can actually have 2305 as TP3. 2305 up here. 1, 2, 3. This. Um, drop this in the chat. You see how we waited after news to take this buy? I know people capitalize to sell here. They catch the sell for the buy. Got to trust your trade, guys. See, that's all the news for today. So we only had that for today. Tomorrow's a big day, big trading day. So yeah, guys, there she goes. She's pushing now. Let's go. Who got in with me? Let me know in the chat if you guys got in. The dollar's positive, so it came out positive on the gold as soon as news dropped. And then, this candle resulted a bearish candle on gold. So at the hour, it came out negative, right, on gold. It came out bearish on gold. But you want to wait after news to trade, after news to take the position, right, for that buy. And also give me that confirmation candle. So at the top of the hour, the dollar came out positive, news bearish, gold bearish, right? But then you want to wait after news to take the positioning, to take the move. Does that make sense? I hope you guys are understanding this right now. Like, you guys want to wait until after the news event, until after it hits to look for an opportunity. And there she goes. Make sure you guys are moving your stop loss to break even. Now it's a risk-free trade. Yeah, at that point, when it's 15 pips or more in profit, move your stop loss to entry. And now it's a risk-free trade. Now you're protecting your account. So when you're up 15 pips or more in profit, make sure you move your stop loss to break even. And then you just manage it throughout the way. When it hits TP1, then move your take partials along the way. When you're 30 pips or more in profit, take partials. You'll never go broke taking partials. So make sure you guys are catching your partials along the way. TP1 is 2395, TP2 2400, TP3 2405. For those that want to, capitalize that 1 to 3. But I do see it going to 2400 and above. And if it hits your stop loss and take profit, that's still good. Just catch the re-entry. So now it's a risk-free trade, guys. Move your stop loss to break even. It's a risk-free trade. Don't be afraid of pullbacks, guys. Like I said, it's normal. But yeah, guys, who's in profit, drop some money bags in chat if you guys are in profits. No, when you close out the full trades, when you close completely, but when you do partials, it won't close out the trade. It will just close out like that, the 0.01, yes. It will just close out the 0.01 position. But just modify your stop loss. That's the best way to do it. To catch partials, just modify your stop loss. Just move your stop loss and just drag it. If you're using Trade Locker, you guys can actually drag your stop loss. So I use Trade Locker as a trading platform, and I just simply just drag my stop loss. It's like a lot easier. Yeah, but you also at the same time, TJ, you don't want to be too greedy. You just want to follow your rules. Just catch whatever profits and just be out. The candle that was entry was this candle right here, this bullish candle right here. This bullish candle is where I entered. After this bullish candle, that's where I entered. So my entry was 23.91. It doesn't have to be exactly 23.90 because it's not always going to be the exact number. As long as it's around my area here, that's good. That's good for entry. As long as it's within my zone, within my area, that's a good entry. Second entry is 2400, 23.95 TP1, 2400 TP2, and then 2405 is TP3. For those that want to set up a TP3, you guys can do that as well. But yeah, guys, that's the end of this call. I hope you guys hope you guys got some value. Let me know in the chat if you guys are in.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So for the Masters Club, right? When you look at your closed positions and let's just say it hits your stop loss, does that mean that does it have to be consecutive positive trades, or is just overall 70% of your trade?
Yeah,
Because
it has to be consecutively. Yeah.
so when it
Has to
hits
be
your stop loss, that messes up your record.
when you're your stop loss and you like lose profits or you're
Yes.
or you break even, yeah, then like it has to be at least 70% win rate, 7 out of 10 trades.
Okay, understood.
Yeah. So like when you have it doesn't have to be within a week. It has to be like it can be roll over to the next week as long as you have 7 wins in a row at least.
Oh, it can roll over to the next week?
Yeah, it can.
Okay, good. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions? Anything else? Pues como es activo. Pero sí, familia, eso que yo miro. I do see it going to 2400 and above. So make sure you guys are managing your trade throughout the day. We're about to hit TP1. I'll keep you guys posted in the chat. So I appreciate you guys so much for hopping on. Have a blessed, wonderful day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the big day. Let's go. We're in profits, baby. Have a blessed day, family.